Hi friends, this is Shubham, and in today's video I'm going to continue my ukulele series, and in this lesson we are going to talk about the different types of ukulele and different sizes of ukuleles. So let's get started. So of course there are many types of ukulele exist in this world and many sizes of ukulele also exist in this world. But we are going to first focus on the four types of ukuleles which are more popular and more standard types of ukuleles. So these ukuleles are called as soprano, concert, tenor, and baritone type of ukulele. Okay, so this one is the tenor kind of ukulele, and also I don't have all kinds of ukulele in my house, but yeah, we will still gonna talk about all of them. So let's get started. So the first type of ukulele that we are going to talk about is the soprano type of ukulele. So this is the smallest type of ukulele, and it has a tuning of G, C, E, and A. Okay, and the size of this ukulele varies from 16 to 20 inches, and the sound of this ukulele is a bit lower. So you have to use kind of mic or something which should amplify its sound. So the next kind of ukulele is the concert type of ukulele. This kind of ukulele is a bit more louder than the soprano kind of ukulele. Okay, and the tuning is same, which is G, C, E, A. The size of this ukulele is around 23 inches. The third kind of ukulele is a tenor ukulele, which is this one, and the size of this ukulele is around 26 inches, and the tuning is also the same, which is G, C, E, A. And the sound of this ukulele is a bit more louder than the concert type of ukulele. Okay, and yeah, so the fourth one is the baritone type of ukulele. So this type of ukulele is very different from the other three type of ukuleles. Why? Because the tuning of this ukulele is different. Because the tuning of this ukulele is D, G, B, and E. So this ukulele has a tuning which is similar to the guitar's four strings, which is the first, second, third, four strings, not the lower strings, but the bottom four strings. That's why this kind of ukulele sounds a bit heavier and also the louder because of its size. The size of baritone ukulele is around 30 inches. Okay, and it is also sounds the heavier and the louder than the others one. So if you are a guitar player, you will be able to relate baritone ukulele more. But what I'll suggest, if you are just starting learning the ukulele, just buy a tenor or concert type of ukulele. And if you are a kid, just buy the soprano kind of ukulele. This will be very good for your starting. And also, I'll suggest that if you are a kid, just buy a soprano ukulele because it will be easier for you to hold because of this neck is very, you can say, less thick than the others one. Okay. Also, please notice that the three ukuleles which are basically soprano, concert, and tenor has a different string structure than the baritone. So this ukulele which is tenor and the others two which is concert and soprano has strings like first and fourth are with the same thickness, which is the least thickness in the strings. The third, which is this one, is the more thickest, and the second one is the less thicker than the third one, but more thicker than the first one. Okay, but in the case of baritone, the fourth is the thickest, third is less thicker than the fourth, second is less thicker than the third, and the first is the least thickest string in that ukulele. So I hope this is like a basic introduction of all types of ukuleles. Okay, and yeah, so let's talk a bit more about the other different kind of ukuleles that exist. So let's first talk about the electroacoustic ukulele. So the electroacoustic ukulele is the same as these ukuleles, but it has an extension of uh, amplifier where you can put your amplifier cable in the ukulele and then you can play through an amplifier. So this one is not electroacoustic. I am just holding it because I only have this one. The second is the solid body electric ukuleles. So the solid body ones cannot be played without an amplifier. I mean, basically you can play it without an amplifier. But if you want to get the sound of an electric guitar, then you will have to have an amplifier with you. And also if you have a distortion thing, then you will be able to distort your ukulele sound. Okay. The third kind of ukulele that I want to talk about is a banjo kind of ukulele. So this banjo kind of ukulele has a different body, which looks like a banjo, and it also sounds like a banjo. So this is also worth considering. The next type of ukulele that I want to talk about is the resonator type of ukulele. So the resonator type of ukulele has a different body, which is more broad, okay, and it has a different structure built on its bridge. So because of its different body and as its name suggests, resonance, it will sound a bit more louder than these standard kind of ukulele. Not only louder, a bit more louder than these simple kind of ukulele. The other ukulele is a archtop ukulele. So the archtop ukulele has a different kind of bridge, which is not this standard one. So the sound will be same, but yeah, its bridge is different. And the next ukuleles that I want to talk about are the weird ukuleles. So I mean, these ukuleles are actually weird, but it doesn't mean that they doesn't sound good. They sounds very well, but these structures are very different than the standard ukuleles. For example, they can be in a shape of box. They can have a different kind of strings. The size will be the same, but the structure will be different. And the last one that I want to talk about are the bass ukuleles. So the bass ukuleles are like they have the thickest strings in the ukulele, and they are used for the bass sounds while you're playing a ukulele. So I hope this video helped you a bit more in searching of the correct ukulele. I have listed all the ukuleles that I know or I have seen somewhere someone playing, but I think you will be the one who can judge it better. So in the next video, I'm gonna talk about how do you buy a ukulele. In that lesson, I'm gonna list like which of the things that you should know before buying a ukulele, like so that any shopkeeper doesn't make you fool by showing a wrong ukulele than the right one. Okay. So till then, stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you.